92% of people who set a New Year's resolution fail. And in this video, I'm going to be teaching you 3 ways to guarantee that you're not one of them. Because if you watch my content, I know you're the kind of person who wants to achieve their goals. You want this year to be the year that changes it all. You want this year to be the year when you get in the gym, you get that job, you get that relationship, you achieve that, you get that car. You want this year to be the year that changes everything. And today, I'm going to teach you how to make sure that you're not just another one of the 91% that fail, that 80% that quit by February. I'm going to show you how to really make lasting change. Get your notebooks. This is going to be a good one. Now, one thing I found to be very helpful in achieving a goal or making sure that something does not happen is figuring out what causes the problem. Because goodness and mercy, I'm sure that you're somebody who wants to achieve your goal. You want this year to actually be the year that changes it. You want this year to actually be the year when you get in the gym or go to college or get that girlfriend or boyfriend or get your first job or get your first car. I'm certain if you watch my content, you're one of those people. So, what are the reasons that cause people to fail? Now, I could name many, but in the interest of time, I'm going to name 3. The first one, let me pull out my notes here. They're so focused on the goal and not on who they must become. Here's an easy example. This is the year I'm getting in the gym. I'm going to get big muscles. I'm going to lose the weight. Okay, you're so focused on getting the muscles, losing the weight, getting in the gym that you don't think about who do I need to become to achieve that? Because a person who goes to the gym consistently, a person who is a healthy weight, I'll just say that, a person with big muscles, small waist, big hips, whatever your goal is, that person is fundamentally different habits. They think different, they talk different, they act different, they eat different, they sleep different. This is a different person. To become the version of you that actually loses the weight or builds the muscle or does whatever, you must become that. A lot of times we're so focused on getting, on having, on purchasing, on the bank account, on the car, on the whatever, that we don't think about who do I need to become to achieve that. Because the version of you that has what you want, that is living the life that you want, that actually changes their life this year is different than who you are now. And how do we do this, Lawrence? Okay, so first off, when you define your goal, like this is the year I'm getting muscles, I'm getting a job, I'm getting a car, whatever, ask yourself, who do I need to become to achieve that? Who do I need to become? How do they talk? How do they act? How do they spend their time? Get a clear picture of that version of you. The version of you with the big muscles or the small waist is not eating a full pizza every night. They're not eating 5 cups of ice cream every day. They're not doing certain things. They're not like eating McDonald's. That version of you is not doing that. So you need to become the version of you that eats the healthy food, that drinks the healthy thing, that drinks the water, that exercises, that does the push ups, that goes to sleep, that tracks what they eat. You need to become that version of you. Okay, Lawrence, how do I do that? Like, okay, I know what I want, I know who I need to become, but how do I become that? The way you do it is when you have a decision between a burger and a salad, you pick the salad because the healthy version of you would be eating the salad. Soda and water, you pick the water because the healthy version of you drinks the water. And over time, what this does is it creates new patterns. In your brain, you have something called neuroplasticity, which is how your brain adapts and learns. So you wake up around the exact same time most of the day because that's the time your body just says, time to wake up. You eat around the same time because your brain has noticed this is when we eat, this is when we get hungry. Make this person hungry. And when you have certain reactions, like when someone makes you mad, you react a certain way because that's how your mind just is. So, if you want to become the version of you that has that thing, you have to ask yourself what decisions would that person make? How would they talk? How would they dress? How would they respond to this situation? And make that decision. And little by little, you start to become that version. Which leads us to point number two. Well, we often set this New Year's resolution and we're trying to add a new thing on top of stuff that is completely contradictory. Here's an example of this. This is the year I'm getting in shape. I'm losing the weight. I'm building the muscle. I'm getting the slim waist. I use that example so much because it's just so easy to understand. And we're like, okay, I'm gonna start drinking the water. Good. I'm gonna start eating the protein. I'm going to start doing this. I'm gonna start the workout. I'm gonna be on the treadmill. Okay, great. Here's the problem though. You're trying to do that on top of eating ice cream, cake, soda every night, pizza every night, fast food every night. You're trying to put healthy on top of unhealthy. You're trying to put gasoline into a diesel truck. You're trying to put diesel into a gasoline truck. You're trying to build a house on uneven foundation. You're trying to fix something that is broken. You're trying to, I'm just using so many examples to try and like really nail this point home, but what you're doing is you're trying to put something that you're trying to put something on top of another thing that isn't conducive. As in to say, you're trying to build a house on bad foundation. If you don't fix the foundation, it doesn't matter how good the house is because the house is going to collapse. We need to identify what do I want? What do I want to achieve? How do I want to live? What is my goal? And what am I currently doing that is not able to go? And that can be hard. It can be hard because, you might be hanging out with certain friends and you're like, the version of me that had that job or that car or that girlfriend or that money or that health, whatever, he ain't around these people. I gotta cut these people off. And it might even be certain family members. The version of me that is in good shape, he not at the bar. I gotta stop. The version of me that has good grades is not up until 2 in the morning playing video games. Gotta stop. The version of me that has XYZ, he's not doing that. You gotta stop. And that can be hard because, you've been around these people for so long, this thing is so much fun, but often you have to sacrifice the good to get the great. You have to go through a bit of pain and inconvenience right now to have the life you want. And I know it's hard, trust me, because I do it all the time. However, if you're not willing to put in the work, you can't get the reward. If you're not willing to sow, you can't reap. If you're not willing to cook, you're not gonna eat. If you're not willing to do what needs to be done, you're not going to get what you want because you didn't put in the work. Now, the last point is when it gets hard, people give up. Oh man, I've been going to the gym for a week. It's hard. I don't like it. I'm just give up. I'm gonna give up because it's hard. I'm going to give up because I gotta push myself. I gotta give up because it's uncomfortable. I'm going to give up because I'm not used to this. I'm going to give up on my hopes and dreams and my potential because it's hard. I'd rather lay on the couch. I would rather sit back and go, oh, next year is gonna be my year. That's what a lot of people do. They'll fail their New Year's resolution and come March, oh no, 2027, I'm gonna do it. 2028, I'm gonna do it. 2029, I'm gonna do it. 2035, I'm gonna do it. Think about that. Because there's nothing in this world that you can't achieve if you're not willing. There's nothing in this world that you can't achieve if you are willing to show up and do the work, even when it's hard, even when it's difficult, even when challenges happen, even when it's inconvenient, even when you're tired, even when you're stressed out, even when it gets hard. You have to be willing to keep going. Now, that's not to say that you need to just work 15 hours a day and do this and do that. No, I'm not saying all that. I'm just saying that when you at the gym and you like, man, I don't got no more left. Do one more, and then you go, oh, and then you get up and you're like, oh my gosh, I really did that. I really pushed myself past where I'm comfortable. I really pushed myself to a new level. I really pushed myself higher. When I thought I had no more left, I kept going. When I thought I was done, I showed myself that I could keep going. When I thought it was impossible, I made it possible. When I thought there was no way, I made a way. And if you have that kind of mentality, you will achieve your New Year's resolution. But it's not just about, okay, I'm going to achieve this New Year's resolution. No, you are becoming the person who is capable. You are becoming the person who's able to achieve that goal. Becoming the person who's able to get in that shape, or get that grade, or get that girlfriend or boyfriend, or get that job, or get that car, or go to college, or start that business. It is about proving to yourself that it's not just words, because December 31st, January 1st. Oh, everybody talk a big game. Everybody talk a big game. On those days, everybody says, I'm gonna lose 100 pounds. I'm gonna become a millionaire. I'm gonna start a business. January 1st, December 31st. Oh, hopes and dreams are high. Everybody in the gym. Everybody doing it. Everybody studying. Everybody. But February, 80% of them gone. By February, 80% are gone. By the end of the year, 91% are gone. And I'm certain you want to be in that upper echelon, that top tier. You want to be somebody who achieves your goals. So use what I told you today. Go out there, make yourself proud, and make it happen. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. You can also find my links below to my social media, as well as my exclusive community where I'm going to be putting my best content, as well as weekly coaching calls. Have a good one.